Hey guys, Pim here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing a Evergreen Starter Kit. This is for Chia hard drive farming. I'm gonna always get that terminology wrong, but this is something I have been sent a couple weeks ago. Thank you to evergreenminer.com. This is a pretty cool little tiny Chia mining setup that takes very, very small amounts of power. And I can verify with you guys right here, it's about 10, 11 watts at the wall for this little setup here. Very like modular in a way, because I could add more hard drives as well. And it does look like it's running off a simple like Raspberry Pi. I kind of scared to open it. I don't want to break it. Maybe I can do that in another video if you guys want me to open it up. But then above here is a 12 terabyte hard drive. They do have different configurations for this, but the one I have here is for 12 terabytes. And later in the computer, I will show you guys how much I have been earning over the past couple weeks here. It's been decently good for the amount of power that I'm using. You know, I would say compared to GPU mining, unfortunately, I have to say this, is that this is actually more profitable than my GPUs at this moment in time compared to my electricity costs, which we will compare in the computer. I hate that I said that, but it's true. This little Chia setup is actually doing pretty good for how much it's worth and stuff. I will explain that in the video comparing it to like GPUs and stuff. Just want to have a quick update for you guys before I talk about the rest of this Evergreen Miner. Really, thank you to Evergreen Miner. We are also going to talk about a giveaway that I'm gonna have linked down below. I'll talk about that once we talk about my profitability on it. But I just wanted to quickly update you guys on my, custom Chia mining rig setup here that I made last year. And I gotta be honest with you all, I've been lying to you guys. This has actually been off. I did do a video 3 months ago stating that I would turn this on, and I did. Initially I did, but then I have also been in the process of moving, and so I would say a couple days later after that, I had to turn this off, and then ever since then, it's actually been off. So I haven't had this on for the past 3 months, hasn't been earning any Chia or anything like that. So, in another video, I do want to compare this setup that I have compared to a Evergreen Miner, okay? This is something I built last year during the bull run. So we will figure out, how much I spent on all the hard drives and such, and setup, and my LSI RAID card, running it as like a JBOD, got an 850 watt power supply, Intel i5, I think 16 gigs of RAM. And then now recently, which I will do another video on, I recently heard about a new method to process plots, create the plots onto the hard drives utilizing GPUs. And so I will be trying that in another video. I believe it's called Giga Horse or Giga Chad. I think I saw a meme about that on the Chia forums. But yeah, it's an interesting prospect in which, I could also be utilizing RAM, turning it into a RAM disk, and then also having a GPU in the computer here. Then I could make the compressed, plots per se. I'm not a savant in Chia mining, just to let you all know. I haven't really been keeping up for the past couple months, but now that all this stuff is coming about, I am going to be getting into Chia a lot more. And so first, let me dive into the amazing red colored Chia starter kit here that Evergreen Miner sent me. I really love the color. Thank you guys for doing a custom color red one for me. This is pretty slick. And just to show you guys, the setup, showing through the app and everything was very, very easy to set up this Evergreen Miner. It was all through the app, setting it up, and you can see the stats of where I'm mining it to, which I will show you guys on the computer where I'm mining to FlexPool. And I didn't have to go through the trouble of creating the plots or anything like that. It's already come pre-set up from Evergreen Miner. It's not like when you make your own Chia setup, right? For those that are, I would say, more technically inclined, you can do Chia yourself if you want to do it this way. But if you want more kind of like a hands-off, if you are not as technical and you just want to get your your feet wet into, I guess, Chia Farming, then you can get something like this, because yeah, it's very easy to set up. They have a how-to on their website, very easy to follow, and yeah, it takes barely any power. I guess that's one of the strongest things going for it. It's about, yeah, 10 to 11 watts usage. You know, it's like, I would say this thing runs with less than a penny a day. All right, a penny a day, maybe 30 cents a month or something. And at this point in time, it generates about, I think, 17 to 20 cents a day, which is unfortunately close to my heart. GPU mining, as you all know, I'm a GPU mining centric channel, that it is a little bit more profitable than most of my GPUs at this point in time. So anyways, let's go into the computer. I have a few things I wanna talk to you guys about, showing you guys more detailed profitability and such. And we'll go through the starter kit that I got from them, which costed about 542 Canadian or 399 USD. So I'll see you all in the PC. Okay guys, so I have a lot to go through regarding the rest of this video regarding, I guess, Chia and how much I've earned on this little starter kit from Evergreen Miner. I have a few different things just to go through regarding, you know, Chia as a whole, to help you guys better understand, you know, what is happening right now in the space, and also just what's it all about, and as well as just deciding if you should buy one of these or not. Okay, just a few different information that I want to help you guys understand before you make the decision to buy one of these or not. Okay, just to help you guys. And I do want to compare to a GPU as well, and we'll do that against a, you know, a typical RTX like 3070. Okay, we'll do that in a sec, but first let me show you. Okay, so it's been about 19 days now. The starter kit that I've turned on, it's been mining away pretty much right away, right when I turned it on and set it up, and took like I would say like 10 minutes to set up, honestly. And then now if we look at the rewards, this is what matters the most here. So the daily income, I'd say averaging, when I first started, I guess on January 8th or even the 7th, that was the first day, I think. So that's probably a half day. But you can see here, it was about 0.005 XCH, so about 24 cents worth that day. And then, you know, it's going down to 20 cents, 17, so on and so forth. Goes up to 20 cents, 15, 16 cents. So I'm going to say average here, it looks like it's about 16 to 17 to 18 cents a day that we've been mining XCH. Okay. And so the yield in terms of Chia or XCH, it's about, I'm going to say 0.039, maybe 0.04, you know, XCH roughly a day that we've been yielding. And well, you can see my total unpaid balance. I have yet to get this paid out, which is my payout threshold on flexible.io is about 0.1. And you can change that if you'd like, but I've just left it at default. And so right now, after about 19 days, that's worth about $3.34. But I want to do some theoretical things here. Okay, so first thing, okay, now that, you know, Chia, you guys have probably seen the price chart for Chia, for those that are interested in XCH and Chia, that it has gone up recently, the past 7 days, about 27% against the other proof of work coins. Well, Chia is not proof of work, it's actually, I'll read it here, proof of space and time, all right, that leverages the vast amounts of over-allocated hard drive space to create the first new Nakamoto consensus since Bitcoin in 2009. Okay, so if you go to, let's just say, mining pool stats here, you can see all the different, you know, hard drive pools, or I guess not mining pools. Yeah, I would say mining pools or farming pools. That's the right terminology there. Farming pools that are available for you to mine. So I'm on Flexpool, which is in right now top 4. All right, so going back here though, I wanted to do a calculation of, for those that are maybe deciding to buy one of these. Okay, so the starter kit that I have, okay, the 12 terabyte, it says 542 Canadian. I didn't find anywhere I could change this to USD, but it's 399 USD. And then the 6 terabyte one is 299 USD. And I believe the 16 terabyte one is 499 USD. Okay, so just for instance, the 12 terabyte model, all right, for 399. Okay, just for instance, so since I am mining this, I'm not selling the XCH because I believe in the future price appreciation of Chia, essentially in the next Bitcoin bull run. I'm going to say Chia and everything is, and other coins are probably going to go up with Bitcoin. All right, not financial advice, but just theoretical here, okay? So right now, since I've only mined about $3.34 worth, what if Chia decided to go back to its, I would say, let's say previous all-time high. Previous all-time high for Chia was on May 3rd, 2021, 2 years ago at $1,934. So just as just a theoretical, do I think Chia is going to go back up to its all-time high? I don't know. There's many things that are happening. Maybe Chia, they're actually going through potentially a IPO. Okay, they might have, once Chia goes public, investors will be able to trade in company stock as well as the Chia coin. So not quite sure if this is a bullish thing or not. I'm just pointing out this information. But going back to, okay, the all-time high. Okay, so I have a calculator here. So let's just put this all-time high price, okay? And so for the past, let's just say 19 days, right, I've yielded 0.07302 Chia. So if I just did times this, that means in that past 19 days, and if Chia went back to its previous all-time high of $1,934, that means this Chia that I've earned here is worth $141.25. So you guys understand what I'm getting at here, right? This is something that the reason why I told you I'm not selling this Chia. I'm basically going to wait if Chia is going to go back up to its all-time high again, if it's going to do that. But this calculation, this very simple calculation I did here, really goes towards a lot of other coins out there that are essentially mineable. And the same formula applies if you believe that coin is going to go up in the future and how much you're yielding every day with your mining. In this case, farming Chia, this is what is going about. So for the past 19 days, right, if this 12 terabyte starter kit that I got, which costs $3.99 at this point in time, that means if Chia went back up to its all-time high, that this would essentially pay itself off within, I'm guessing, 2 to 3 months. And you know what? Maybe we can do a more realistic. Let's just do half of that. What if Chia went up to, right now Chia is $46, right? So what if Chia went up to, let's just do middle ground. I don't know, $7.83. Okay, so if I did $7.83 worth per Chia times this amount that I've yielded the past 19 days, that means if Chia went up to $7.83 in some point in time in the future, that would be worth $57. So what's not to say in the future, right? The next 18, 19 days here, I'll get another 0.07 Chia. And of course, I'm just going to have this on for the rest of the year. So let's do another theoretical play here. So 19 days, right? I've mined this much Chia. So if I did, let's just go 365 days in a year divided by 19 days. Okay, so that's about 19.2. So what if I did 19.2 times this amount of Chia that I've mined in the past, right? The past 19 days. That would equal 1.40 Chia in 1 year. And that is, of course, if the Chia net space, or the blockchain space chart here, the total network space stays at this relative, the difficulty of the network, if that's how it works. So for instance, if the network space started to go up, in this year, then things are going to get a little bit more difficult. And so that means the yields are going to become less and less over time as, everyone starts maybe turning on more hard drives, if you guys understand what I mean there. So this is just theoretical. Okay. So what if this little $399, 12 terabyte Evergreen Miner yielded me around 1.4, let's just realistically say 1.2 Chia. Okay, so that 1.2 Chia could then be worth, that 1.2 times, what did I say, $782? All right, that would be worth then $938 if I hodled the Chia that I mined throughout this whole year, and if Chia went up to 782 or whatever number that it could potentially go to. But you can see my return on investment potentially, and I'm not saying that it could happen in this year or whatever, because we don't know if Chia is going to go up in price or not. But that really goes towards the reason why you're buying this type of hardware is because you believe that you're going to get your money back in 2 to 3 years, maybe even longer, like a typical business, that you're running this as a business, even though it barely takes any power. And I think as you go up though, in the Starter Kit Pro, I think this takes about less than 100 watts. So as you add more hard drives, of course, it's going to take more power, obviously, but you are going to be earning a lot more. So let's do maybe another quick calculation here. 160 terabyte divided by 12 terabytes, that would be 13.3 times. So 13.3 times, let's say, the yield that I got times, let's say if we want to calculate a daily profit. So currently, let's just say I'm earning about 20 cents on this 12 terabytes. So we times this by 0.20, so 20 cents. All right, just going here. So that would then mean timesing that, this Starter Kit Pro would then earn $2.66 a day at the current rate, like right now, at the current profitability, current price of Chia, current net space, if you guys understand that. So this is how much, you're going to be spending. $3,800 Canadian. I wish it would had the USD calculation here, but the same thing applies, that the calculation we did theoretically, if the Chia went up in price, of course, if you hodled all of this that you're mining. Okay, so hopefully you guys understand what I was getting at. I really wanted to go through this calculation because that's what ultimately a lot of people do. For those that are mining whatever coin that is out there, even if it's with GPUs or hard drives, I don't know, helium, whatever, all these other different types of mining out there. That's really it. That's really it. So here's the next portion of the video I want to go through regarding like comparing it to GPU mining. Okay, this is just one comparison and it's just funny to think about, right? So 13070, I'm just going to calculate at 10 cent kilowatt hour. So typically, depending on which algorithm you're mining, right, could take up to or down to 60 to 120 watts. And so right now, 10 cent kilowatt hour, it's really not profitable. I would say maybe at least breaking even if you're mining Radiant, of course. Okay, so at 10 cent kilowatt hour, you'll be around 2 cents. And you know what? If I go back up here to Radiant, so 100 watts. I know that the 3070 does not take 100 watts for mining Radiant. I think it's more so like 65. And the hash rate, I think, is 550 around there. Okay, mega hash, not giga hash. And so that means at 10 cent kilowatt hour, then I'll be around 3 cents profitable. But anyways, besides the point, generally, a typical 3070, which you can buy around the same price as a starter kit for an Evergreen Miner, would then yield you, right, less than what the Evergreen Miner would be, all right, for a GPU as of right now. Okay, but it really goes back to the same, the calculation I did with Chia amongst all these other GPU mineable coins, or even ASICs, right, ASIC mineable coins. You can do the same idea if you ultimately believe that any coin that you're mining, like Chia, for instance, is going to go up in price. And so really, and that's actually been happening recently. So Chia went from $30 to $46 in this past couple of weeks here. So interesting little pump here, 27%. And also looking at the emissions, I forgot to talk about the emissions rating for Chia right now is $431,000 a day. Okay, this is being spread amongst everyone who is mining Chia right now, okay, depending on how much network space, hash rate you have, I guess farming hash rate, whatever. I'm always going to get that terminology wrong, but Chia right now is in top 4th place in terms of emission amongst all the proof of work coins here, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Litecoin, and then it's Chia at $431,000 a day, all right? Litecoin is then $676,000, Dogecoin's 1.15 million, and Bitcoin, of course, the king, is $24.48 million every 24 hours emission. Okay, so that's being spread amongst everybody. Hopefully you guys understand that. But going along, so really all these things here I talked about now. Okay, I did mention about their IPO. I think this is one, the company could go public. All right, this one potential thing. And just I guess the use case for Chia. I mean, right now, looking at the nodes, this is like an IP location, IP location I found on Reddit from bros.d. I'll have this link down below in case you guys want to see this, but it's just looking at where the nodes are for the Chia. And it's, it's definitely spread out amongst the world here. I think that's pretty cool. And what I mean by that, I think the nodes are basically for those that are running the Chia software like you would normally on a regular computer or anything like that. It's just cool to see, right? Everyone has a node up somewhere around the world, and looks like there's some in China and a lot in Europe you can see here. So I would guess, depending on your electrical cost, especially in Europe, that Evergreen Miner here could be a great way for you to get into mining, especially if you have higher electrical cost, right? It goes towards I was comparing it with a GPU because a GPU takes a lot more power versus against, this 12 terabyte, that's $399, similar to a GPU. But anyways, I think I've given enough information here for you guys to decide if this is right for you or not. And I have explained in the very beginning of this video that I did have a custom Chia mining rig PC that I made myself. I didn't spend $399. I definitely spent a lot more than that. But I do have a lot more hard drives in there versus the 12 terabyte. So I mean, that might not be a fair comparison. But it does take a bit to set up versus against the Evergreen Miner, which is extremely easy to set up. And they show you how to do that on their website here with the how to set up an Evergreen Starter Kit. It's very easy, and anyone can do it. And you gotta download their app, go through all of it, connect to it through Wi-Fi, and tells you how to connect to it and get starting in mining, which is really cool. And you can see, I showed you guys the app that you can connect to, and you can see your profitability there rather than going to the Flexible website. Here you can see more your daily earnings, which is nice, and more stats here. You can see my 12 terabyte effective space here. So that's pretty cool. All right, guys. So that's it for this video. And I totally forgot to mention that there is a giveaway for the Chia Evergreen Starter Kit. So I'll have that link down below. Thank you so much to Evergreen Miner for basically sponsoring this video and sending me one of these Evergreen Starter Kits. So feel free to participate, my friends. It's all free. You just have to do these 3 different links here. Visit Evergreen on YouTube. Follow them on Twitter, and visit the Evergreen website. You just have to click to do that here. Okay, and then I'll do a live stream to choose the winner. Okay, so appreciate you all. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you're going to get one or not down below or not, or tell me the reasons why, if you ultimately believe in Chia or not, that it could go up to new all-time highs or new price to where it is now compared to what it is now. All right, I appreciate you all. Have a good one. Peace out.